10 years. That is how long the world waited for someone to beat Empire Defense on Hell difficulty. One player finally did it tonight. His name is Classic Nerd, 2.3 million subscribers. A cocky streamer with a hoodie and a grin that says he already knew he would win. The monitor goes black, the chair empties, and somewhere far away, a young man in a red and black royal uniform is screaming his lungs out. Bricks shatter. Earth explodes under his feet. Whatever was hitting the wall just took a chunk out of it the size of a wagon. He coughs. Ugh. His mouth tastes like copper. The air tastes like burnt powder. This is not a simulation. This is a lung. Blood runs from the corner of his mouth. His eyes do not focus. Dazed. The gamer is somewhere behind those eyes, trying to breathe. His pupils lock wide open. Gold flecks in brown irises. Whatever just happened, part of him finally understood it. The shock hits home. His face is smeared with soot and doubt. Black hair damp with sweat. Gold cord on the shoulder. A uniform only one man in this world wears. A red armored soldier comes running at him with a raised sword. Friend or foe, he cannot tell. His hands will not stop shaking. A gruff soldier with dark hair bellows a warning. Do not come close. Something about the prince is making people panic more than the enemy. The sword misses his skull and slams into the floor behind him. Steel rings, sparks fly. Whatever just saved him, it was not him. His own gold-trimmed uniform hangs on him too loose. His hand will not rise. His shoulder will not turn. This body is a stranger. His face is crushed against an armored forearm. A line of blood from his mouth. Someone important is holding him up on purpose. His eyes go wide, pupils blown. What is going on? He breathes. His lip is split. His gold sigil is scorched. He is still alive. A soldier roars at the top of the wall. The enemy is charging in. More are coming. The little window of safety just slams shut. For 1 second, the panic pauses. He lifts his head. Firelight in his pupils. Something in him is quietly starting to think like a gamer again. A flash of red and black. A head comes off. Someone on his side just saved his life again. He did not even flinch correctly. He stands over a crumpled ally, smoke curling off a dying body. A red puddle is spreading. He still cannot lift his own sword. He leans toward a crack in the wall. Back to the camera. The ground drops away into a ruined courtyard. Something is moving down there. A whispered question echoes, is lurking beyond that wall. His own voice in his head. The gamer brain is finally paying attention. He sees it clearly now. Red eyes glowing through the smoke. A massive bulbous body. The shadow of a monster that should not be real. A single dark eye, red pupil glowing inside it. Is this a dream, he asks. Whatever this is, it is looking back at him. A scythe of black leg arcs down through the air. Do not mess with me, he snarls, fear in his voice. Teeth clenched. A gauntleted hand catches his fist mid-swing. Steel on steel. To deny reality. Someone in white and blue armor is pulling him back. A golden flare splits the dust. Someone in night plate is standing between him and the monster now. Light curling off blue and white metal. Lucas grabs his shoulder and leans in, worry all over his face. He calls the prince by a name the prince does not feel like yet. Lucas, the prince breathes. Recognition and fear in equal parts. A blonde knight he only ever met in a cutscene is shaking him. Lucas presses a gauntlet to his forehead, eyes closed. So you hurt your head, he says, soft, sorry. He really thinks this is his prince. A thought rolls through his skull. Wait, no, does that mean? The math is starting to add up and it is not good. Lucas and the prince stand shoulder to shoulder, backs to the ruined wall. Two silhouettes, one knight, one gamer wearing a dead man's crown. A wide view, a whole fortress under siege. Fireballs raining down. Red armored soldiers swarming the gate. The scale finally lands on him. Explosions keep climbing the stairway behind him. Red lines of force split the dust. The tutorial wave is not winding down. It is just warming up. The prince turns into the firelight. Black hair, red cape, 10 years of mechanics behind his eyes. One level 1 body standing between an empire and extinction. A shockwave splits the sky. Green magic blows the horizon apart while the castle sits there bracing for what's about to come. A spell detonates like a bomb. Green energy spirals through the dust, and somewhere inside that flash, a monster is dying. A soldier glares through smoke and flying ash. His jaw tight, his eyes furious. 2 words stamped across his face. Why now? A clenched fist. Knuckles white, gauntlet trembling. The kind of grip a man makes right before he stops believing he'll live through this. The forward base is cracking. Towers leaning, defenses shredding, and every surviving soldier quietly doing the math on how much time they have left. The sun bleeds across the mountains. 30 minutes until dark. 30 minutes before the spiders wake up again. 2 figures stand in a ruined corridor of flame. A red-caped prince and a blonde knight, barely breathing, both of them shaking from what just came out of the dark. Ash stares at nothing. The prince's face is his now, and he has no idea why this blonde stranger keeps calling him Your Imperial Highness like his life depends on it. Night rolls over the wasteland. Smoke climbs off the stones like something alive. The quiet before the next wave is always the loudest quiet of the day. Two figures walk into a forward operating base. Ancient siege-era stones, mountain silhouettes, a calendar date he recognizes. The last day of February, 649. His jaw locks, teeth grinding. He knows those mountains. He knows that fortress. He knows exactly what's about to come over those walls. The castle stands black against the sky, red banners flapping. Same walls he stared at for half a year of his life. From the other side of a screen, the words punch out of him. Why'd it have to be this bastard? Of every skin in the game he could have worn, he woke up inside the walking kill flag. A banner flaps in the wind, a crazed prince on horseback. This is the character who gets half the fortress slaughtered before the plot even starts. Night slides over the base. Rooftops tilt against the moon, specks of ash drifting down. Inside one of these rooms, a man is quietly having a meltdown. A blonde knight stands alone in a sea of enemy silhouettes. This is the scripted outcome. Lucas escapes. Everyone else becomes background corpses. The Black Spider army swarms the screen in his head. Crawling legs, glowing bodies, a tide that farms you only after year 2 in a clean run. He slaps himself in the face. Focus, classic nerd. You cleared Hell Iron Man once in your life. Do not freeze up now. He cups his hands in front of him like he can hold all his knowledge in one spot. If I stitch everything together, I can find a solution. Maybe. His face twists into a forced grin. There's none, he admits. No version of this tutorial where a level 1 prince survives the way it's scripted. The prince leans on his desk, uniform heavy on his shoulders. He mutters, calm down. He has to find a method with a higher chance of success. Fast. A hand presses against glowing blue static. The feeling hits him like a memory. He has played this game for half a year. He knows this world better than his own. Black cape snaps as he moves. Motion lines streak past the hallway. A man who a minute ago was panicking is suddenly walking like a commander. Lucas blinks. By party you mean your guards, your highness. Polite, careful, the tone of a man trying to figure out if his prince is broken. Lucas snaps to attention. A finger jabs him in the chest. The prince is giving orders, so the knight will carry them out. That's all he needs to know. A boot scrapes over the floorboards. The next room is waiting for him. Everyone inside is about to find out the crazy prince is no longer acting like himself. A clean shot of the prince. Dark hair, cold eyes, gold epaulettes. Right now he is still playing a role, and every second of it is an audition for survival. But anyways, he shakes off the nostalgia. No time to feel sorry for the pro streamer who used to live in his skin. The party needs a commander right now. A priest in black robes is balled up on the floor, arms over his head, golden cross on his sleeve. Why, Ash asks, is the healer curled up like that? Ash tilts his head and smirks. Well, first, he's going to speak like a raid leader, because right now these people need orders more than they need comfort. Fire blooms around her like a robe. Lily is a magician capable of fire-type attacks, their main damage dealer. One spell after another, no breather. Ash turns, slow and deliberate. As for you, Ken? The soldier doesn't like the way the prince says his name. Something about it feels like a leash snapping on. Next, Damien. The priest is still curled up, face buried in his arms. Golden cross glinting in the lamplight. He doesn't even flinch at his own name. The prince stares at his own gloved hand. But that's not me, he thinks. It's that Ash bastard. The name on his face still does not feel like his. A leg steps forward, a foot tilts against a wooden floor. Somewhere in this lamplit quiet, the sound of something falling is about to ruin the night. A lantern swings in an empty hallway. A scream tears out of somewhere nearby. The tutorial has just taken its first real casualty, and the prince chose it. The prince is a crazy bastard. That whisper alone could crack an army in half before a single spider arrives. The men see only ruin behind those empty eyes. How do you march into hell with this lunatic leading you? Then fire roars through the dark. No warning, no explanation. Only heat and the sound of hope catching flame. The red-haired magician flinches as flames wreath her own hand. Her terror is real. That terror is exactly what he needs. Yep, this is it. The prince smiles into his glowing palm like a boy who just cracked a puzzle nobody else saw. Because every tutorial character hides a trait. He is not a prince here, he is a gamer with patch notes. Special traits that contradict their roles. Tank traits on damage dealers. Fragile magic on glass cannon girls. Cruel, elegant design. The red-haired magician cradles a flame she did not summon. The prince watches her, calm as a dealer flipping cards. After that incident, you gain the trait Fire Skin. He says it like reading a file. Her blood turns cold. Fire Skin, Born from terror of sharp weapons, dodge every blade by becoming flame. Every dodge eats MP, a tank trait buried inside the weakest body in the unit. In the original game, nobody ever unlocked it properly, but he is planning to push it to the maximum, burn the coward out of her, and leave a weapon standing. Then I have no choice but to use cheats. The smile that splits his face is not cruel, it is alive. Flames curl around his gloved fingers like trained dogs. A level 1 body, a level 100 brain. Sorry for using a rough method to prove it. A blade still gleams beside her burning hand. Proof has a cost, but how did you know this, she whispers. Her braid trembles. Her whole future just got rewritten by a stranger. He does not answer. A tyrant with secrets is still a tyrant, but now the girl wants to follow him. Next target, the gruff soldier who tried to defy him. The prince already knows the slum boy's secret too. You are from the slums, with many mouths to feed. The soldier's face cracks. Every lie has been read. The blonde knight watches, jaw tight, while the prince peels back the soldier like an armor plate in a corridor. Like I said, how I know is not important. He holds the dagger like he holds the script. Survival method of a petty thief. Habits from his slum days. Vanish from danger, bleed HP to disappear. You can be stealthy anytime you want, right? The soldier's silence answers louder than any word he could offer. Answer me, or do I need to make another example? The blade rises. The yellow shoulder bars catch torchlight. A trophy drops onto the wooden table with a dull thud. And finally he says, the last member of the run, Demian. A boy in priest robes stands haloed in lamplight, golden cross at his chest. The healer has arrived. The most important person in this plan is you, Demian. Every word a ring around the quiet boy's world. Flashback. A gold-armored friend bleeds out at Demian's feet. In the middle of battle, he sacrificed himself for me. The prince kneels, crown heir bowed before a priest boy huddled on cold stone. The power flip is absolute. Why, the priest trembles, glasses fogged with tears. The grief is fresh, rotting behind gentle lenses. What grand goal did you have? Damien's voice cuts. Or are our cheap lives nothing more than entertainment for you? In the doorway, the gold-armored friend rises in memory. The red magician lowers her eyes. Every wound is a witness. Please give me back Van. Please give me back my friend. The priest begs from the floor. Grief circles the room. A single yellow flower stands in a shaft of cold light. The softest thing in a castle full of killing. A hand closes around Damien's throat. The prince's glove crushes the collar. The priest cannot even swallow. You can blame me, Damien. If you need to, you can even despise me. But not yet. Not until after. Threw away his life to save yours. Are you really going to sit here and wait for death? Are you going to give up on the life your friend sacrificed himself for? The prince twists every word into a lever. And avenge him. A fist clenches in the dark. The priest's hand curls shut around nothing but want. Damien, do you want to kill those damn spiders? The quietest yes in the empire slips past his teeth. And do you want to kill me? The prince offers his own throat after the spiders. A tyrant with a blade contract. Damien's eyes catch light like struck glass. Something inside the grieving boy answers. The hook is set. The three survivors line up. The magician, the blonde knight, the slum thief, his whole run-ending party. Fine, the prince grins, a razor-curved mouth in deep shadow. The game brain has locked in its strategy. I promise, if I make it out of here alive, I'll have you be the one to take my life whenever that may be. The prince kneels before the priest boy while the knight looms. A royal promise sealed on the honor of his family. His grin blooms wide. A killer's vow wrapped in a child's pact. Nobody in that room is safe from hope, so please follow my orders, Demian whispers back, clutching something at his chest. The healer accepts the deal. He leads the priest boy down a lamplit corridor, past gold-trimmed doors. Alley number 1 secured, quietly, completely. Then outside, he faces his ruined troops. Hatred toward me, he names it. He refuses to hide from his own men. I won't make excuses, because my critical failure in judgment, our army is nearly wiped out. Every word a scalpel, but follow my plan and we will push those spiders back. Red eyes glow beyond the far field. A soldier's eye, sharp and cold, locks onto this boy prince. One weakness in the speech and the army mutinies. Damien listens from the back, fresh vow still warm on his tongue. The healer has already chosen. The blonde knight fixes on the prince with one unblinking blue eye. Trust is being forged in real time. Far out on the ruined plain, the walls tremble. Something is coming in rolling waves of black bodies. The monsters are marching in. A guard screams. Red-armored defenders brace shields against the coming tide. The plan is simple. The prince narrates as spider silhouettes swarm the ridge. Red eyes burning in the dark. We will find the queen giving them orders. The invisible tyrant behind the tutorial. She is somewhere out there. Key ill. A cannon rolls forward on imperial wheels. Gold filigree, a blue core glowing, ready to fire. By taking off the restraint, we've forcefully amplified its magic power. Gold shards of the seal lie cracked on stone. This should deal a blow even to the queen, but we cannot see her with the naked eye. One shot, one invisible target, one level 1 commander. Ash stands beneath a glowing blue fortress shield. Red cape, gold epaulets, level 1 body. The storm outside is patient. Above the battlements, the shield holds against falling bolts. Red banners snap hard. The first wave has not stopped, only paused. Inside his head, a white rabbit flickers through a sunlit forest. A hiding thing, a thing that refuses to be found. The status window opens. Ash EX, level 1. Title, Nasty Prince. Class Novice. Every stat 1. A cripple in a commander's coat. His palm glows. Map creation unfolds the battlefield as a blue grid above his glove. Where are you hiding, boss mark? He leans over the hologram, scanning every red pixel. The boss monster's mark should be burning somewhere. It is simply not here. Outside, a ruined plain stretches under a ragged sky. The Spider Queen is off the map. That is the worst possible problem. The inner gate cracks open. A small figure steps into blinding light with careful footsteps. Ash is sending someone into the worst part. The order is simple and brutal. You have to go outside and draw their attention. A single voice delivering a polite death wish. Ken stares back hard. Sweat on his jaw. A quiver of bolts on his chest. Do you think I can do that? Another roll, another casualty. I will leave a painful roll for you as well. A commander who already accepted the price. Lily stands tiny at the end of the corridor, cape trailing. Fireskin. Her order is to burn herself shut across the entrance. Lucas screams it like a war cry. Get into formation. Blonde hair whipping, blue eyes burning. The voicemen follow into fire. Red armored soldiers kneel along the wall, crossbows level, 3 helmets angled at the same target. The line obeys in one breath. Lucas lifts his blade against the storm of bolts above the battlements. Banners twist in the wind. He stands taller than his class. He swings hard. A dark enemy wing cuts the sky. His blade lands clean. One motion, one kill, no hesitation from the knight. Lucas glances back at the tower where Ash stands. That dignified expression surely means confidence, he thinks. He is reading it wrong. Sweat runs down Ash's brow. Shadowed eyes. Hold on, guys. The commander's armor cracks and a scared kid peeks out underneath. Fire blooms along the outer fortress. Red banners flap. The distance between the wall and the wave is shrinking every passing second. The battlefield below erupts. Fireballs crater the rock. Sparks fly. Jagged shadows split the ground. This is the wave at full speed. A fire blooms in the background. A silhouette stands at the edge of his mind, watching. Ash steadies. One breath, then another. All right then, let's stay calm. He talks to himself like a coach, because nobody else can reach him inside his own head. The goal of the tutorial was never to kill the boss. The queen off the map is not a bug, it is the design. She appears only when the full attack hits. The guards hold the secure rear, everything is placed. The board is almost in position. The map creation grid pulses. Red dots scatter inside the blue box. Something is moving through the terrain just outside visual range. Damien shouts and points. Over there, do you see it? Lucas turns, Ash turns. Every helmet on the wall snaps to the horizon. A gloved arm extends over dusty valleys and broken hills. The sky is blue and hot. Something is crawling where nothing should be. Ash speaks low, hiding his own relief. The queen should be among them. Can you find her? His voice is knife quiet now. A red eye flares between the rocks. Spider lower body, woman upper body. The queen has finally shown herself. Ash grins. Not relief. Not joy. Something colder. Found it. The shadow under his eyes says a line is about to be crossed. Turn the artillery unit. Face it southwest. The ancient mana cannon grinds on its mount, blue runes glowing along the long barrel. A helmeted crewman snaps a sighting plate into place. Great. The alignment locks. The weapon is loaded and pointed at open horizon. Demian, grab it. Ash looks back, red cape draped over the breastplate. The priest is about to become the cannon's shooter. Demian stares at the firing grip. Round glasses, trembling fingers. Your Highness, he is not a soldier, he is a man who prays. Ash pulls him close by the shoulder. You can miss. Permission granted. A commander removing a priest's only excuse to refuse. It's okay, I will take full responsibility. The first truly kingly line Ash has spoken out loud. The tyrant body finally fitting. Demian's eyes snap wide behind round glasses. A golden card materializes. The trait 1000-mile eye has just been activated. A bare hand grips the firing lever hard, knuckles white, sleeves of priest robes pull tight. The holy man found his rifle. Blue light spiderwebs up the cannon seam. The mana core ignites along its central rune. Ash's crew braces behind the recoil plate. Deep inside the barrel, engraved gears rotate into alignment, old gold teeth meshing with imperial steel. The safety was already removed. A blue bead of raw mana forms at the muzzle. It grows into a sphere of sky. Every soldier feels the pressure. The bolt releases. A comet of blue fire screams across the fortress sky, leaving a trail of hot light between the battlements. In midair, the bolt swirls into a spinning sphere of chained lightning. 1,000-mile eye locks. The shot cannot miss the queen. Ash mouth open in a shout. Damien behind him with eyes blown pale, two faces frozen by the light of something impossible. A fireball rises in a mushroom over the distant hills, trees blown flat, the queen's hiding spot replaced by geometry of ash. Ash turns fast. Scout. His voice already cracking with something between triumph and disbelief. Confirm the kill for me, now. Smiling soldiers crowd Damien. You sure that was your first time? Ha ha ha. Red armor, helmets, genuine delight. The priest nailed it clean. Damien blinks under his round glasses. My body started moving on its own. What are you talking about, Damien? Ash already knows. The card hangs in Ash's vision. 1,000-mile eye. God's mistake. Hit anything you wish. Accuracy plus 999. Broken trait. Ash smiles quietly behind Damien. In the game, this guy could not hold a weapon. Here, all he had to do was grab one. As expected, Ash says to nobody, He stops the sentence before it becomes proof. A tyrant learns not to boast yet. Explosions bloom again behind him. He turns sharply. Something new is moving where the queen used to be. What's this? He murmurs low. Two giant spider shapes crawl out of the smoke. Red dots burning in clusters. The second wave is not arriving. It arrived already. The scout gasps into the field glass. Your Highness? His voice cracks halfway through the word. The sky behind him fills with movement. Ash snaps around, sweat on his brow. What is? The word dies before he finds a noun. He already knows what's there. The scout adjusts his spyglass with shaking hands. They are moving. His voice clips short. The horizon is reorganizing itself into lines. Green-eyed spider shapes crawl across the hills in a square formation. That's a square formation. Insects are thinking like trained infantry. Ash bites down on the word. Eep. A sound of pure oh no from a level 1 body processing the size of that wave. Red firewalls climb the outer fortress. The howl rolls across the battlements. Something large and red-eyed burns below the walls. Where are they all suddenly heading to? The spiders are on the move. The whole map is in motion at once now. The scout's face tightens, jaw clenched, eyes squeezed against the glass. The spiders, he forces the rest through his teeth like warning. Far below, tiny red banners hold the line. Dust rising. The fortress still stands, and the queen is dead. The game continues. Ken's face twists, jaw clenched, sweat tracking down his temple. Outside the wall, alone, the forest breathes monsters behind every tree. His belt shakes, one potion left, a single mouthful between him and the grave, and the hunt is still warming up. A tree groans, splits, comes down in pieces, and at the roots Ken crouches small, sword low, waiting for what broke it. Branches shatter, leaves rip skyward. Something enormous is tearing through the canopy toward him, and it is not alone. Ken's eyes blow wide as a blade cuts past his face. A spider leg, the size of a ballista shaft, hunting him. He ducks. The leg drives into the dirt where his head was, spraying soil, splintering rock, missing by a breath. He lands hard between roots, back to bark, chest heaving, trying to make himself smaller than a man has any right to be. Up through the canopy, a column of dust rises toward the sun. Back at the wall, something huge just happened. Leaves spiral down in slow silence. The shockwave has carried all the way out here to the bait zone. Ken forces himself up, blade shaking in his grip. Whatever the cannon hit, he still has to survive the hunt. A mushroom of fire blooms above the swarm. Gunners roar victory. Target hit. Queen dead on. The day is saved. Ash grins, fists clenched on the cannon housing, red cape streaked with soot. For one heartbeat, he lets himself believe it. Then the smoke parts, and inside the crater, two burning red eyes blink open again. The queen is still alive. Ash's teeth clamp. Sweat rolls. Are they short on damage? A warning the game never gave him rings loud. Queen of the Black Spider Army. One artifact hit should have ended her. She is weaker than combat mobs, and she lived. He has no info on her stats. Maybe a gimmick, maybe unkillable. His plan is cracking in real time. The gunner yells over the hissing barrel. Heavy damage to the cannon. They cannot fire as often as the plan assumed. 5 shots total, 2 already spent. 3 left in the entire run of human history to end this queen. Ash stares at the sky, jaw working. 3 shots, 3 chances. If he wastes them, the walls fall and the story ends. 3 shots. Kill a boss, nothing short of a miracle killed the first time. That is the equation on the table. He turns, cape dragging through dust, the ruined barrel glowing beside him. Moreover, he thinks, there is something worse. A trembling hand grips the cooling tube. A maximum of 3 shots, and the cannon itself is already breaking. Damien climbs the platform in his priest robes, glasses flashing. Will he hold long enough for 3 more shots? No one knows. Below, the center castle walls flare with impact after impact, somehow still standing, bleeding dust but holding the line. Ash's eye locks onto something new through the smoke, a silhouette bigger than the rest, something he did not plan for. A demolisher, tusked, bloated, green-streaked, red vents glowing along its belly. A wall breaker rolling up the slope toward the gate. Ash's voice tears open. Defend. Focus all our firepower onto the demolisher. The queen can wait. The wall cannot. Gouts of flame lance down. Arrows. Ballistae. Every soldier on the wall dumps everything they have onto the bloated mass. The demolisher takes it. Armor plates bloom white hot. Its glowing vents flare. It keeps walking through fire like fire means nothing. No. The word falls out of Ash before he can catch it. The beast is opening its mouth. Something green is charging. A slug of acid hurls skyward, smashing a turret into rubble. The first hit on the wall that actually bit. The demolisher keeps marching. Behind it, the swarm follows in perfect formation, red shapes moving like a tide with a plan. Ash turns from the smoke, veins thick in his neck, eyes gone flat the way eyes go when a man is chosen. Lucas roars down the line, blue sword high, gold hair flying. Everyone, raise your weapons. First floor, we are going down. Pull yourselves together. The ones down there will defend for us. We keep shooting the queen. That is the only plan left. Shooting preparations complete. Wind whips dust across the battlements. The cannon is loaded for what may be its last good breath. Damien. Ash's call comes flat. The priest steps up, round glasses blazing, the 1,000-mile eye waking behind them. Damien locks his gaze onto the distance. His eyes flare gold. Accuracy plus 999. A cheat priced in. The cannon answers. Fire blooms over the horde. Confirmed hit on the Black Spider Queen, and she is still alive. Damien sways, nose bleeding, a gold tear running from one eye. The trait is eating him from the inside out. Lucas's sword slashes through smoke, a white blur holding the stairwell. The Knight Commander is buying every breath of reload. Protect the artillery unit. Protect the Imperial Prince. Lucas screams it into his men, and they move like their lives owe him. Ash grits his teeth, rubble grinding under his gauntlet. Gah! Something is wrong. Something bigger than a boss is wrong. The scout lowers the spyglass, face white. Out in the dust, red shapes stand in perfect squares. This is a military. Screams rise from below. A hand reaches up, red-stained, then slips back. Soldiers on the lower floor are being overwhelmed. Ash goes quiet. I did not know. I did not know when I stopped playing a game and started watching humans die. He shuts the status window. The blue glow dies in his palm. Stat numbers will not save anyone down there. At this rate, the cannon will die before the queen does. That is the sentence Ash cannot finish out loud. Cool the cannon. Cool it now, or the 4th shot cooks the crew. Orders fly. Ice mages rush the barrel. Lucas lowers his sword, blood spattered across the white armor, breathing like a man who just fought a staircase full of monsters. Ash's eyes burn above the castle. What do I do? A method to overcome this does not come to mind. Hey, you disgusting monsters! His voice rips raw across the battlefield. A prince on a broken wall screaming at a wave. I am right here. Look at me. Ash stands silhouetted on the rooftop, sunset bleeding across steel and swarm. Someone forces a potion into him, water down his throat, cold on his burning jaw. Lucas, maybe. He does not check. Ash whispers it like a prayer. Ken is out there. Ken is the one who can pull the aggro. In the forest, Ken lifts his head, red eyes flaring on the dark shapes hunting him. He has heard the call. The swarm swings. The red-armored ranks pivot in a column, redirecting toward the forest. Away from the prince, toward the bait. Ken's face goes still. Sweat traces his cheeks. He is about to do something no respawn button will take back. The valley widens in front of him, bone dry and bright. Somewhere in that light, a horde is turning to look. Ken's mouth cracks open, a grin. Not a joyful one, the grin a man wears when he picks his last door. Why don't you come find me? Ken sprints into the open, arm out, drawing every red eye in the valley. A green rune flares behind his head. Trait, survival method of a petty thief, activated. Stealth, the price is his own blood. Wait, Ken. Ash screams it across the battlefield, cape snapping. Your remaining health. No, your remaining health. Insufficient health. The trade cancels. Ken stands naked in the open, horde thundering in. The red closes, episode 1 ends here.